This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Let's go!
Sky Yuma.
Snap back, spot down. The kick is blocked. This could be 2 points if he goes all the way. He's to midfield. Nobody to beat. This will be 2 for Minnesota. Miller Moss with a handoff and another big gain, and the ball popped loose, and it's still fumbling back there, and it is maybe picked up. Let's see who has it. Minnesota.
Welcome to Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield.
To the 10, to the 5, touchdown, pick 6.
Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck is presented by True North Family of Companies. Visit thetruenorthfamily.com. Also brought to you by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics. And by Tipsy Steer and High Pines, located at County Road C in Snelling. Proud sponsor of Gopher football.
Here we go.
Now, here's the voice of the Gophers, Mike Grimm.
Off and running along with Justin Gard and the head coach PJ Fleck. Another edition of Gopher Football Weekly. We're on campus this week. We have a few of these sprinkled throughout the year just down the hallway from the head coach. We're in the coach's conference room, the very plush room here where all the magic happens. Coach, good to see you. This is it.
This is it.
This
is it. You're sitting in Coach Collins' chair.
Oh, well, I feel good about that.
Yeah, Coach Harbaugh.
Did you take the booster seat off? He's a little shorter.
Oh, my gosh.
Where's Danny?
Oh, my goodness.
Coming out firing.
That is unbelievable.
There he is.
Oh my
There's no studio audience to play to today.
Well, we've got some guests, the high rollers from Sunbelt. We thank them for their support. They're here in person in the conference room. So we got a booster chair joke right off the bat. We've got an ice machine debate on your first anniversary before the show. Man, this is a heck of a start on a Tuesday, JG.
I'm ready. Let's go.
To roll. 66-0 was a heck of a start. It was
the Vikings game got you fired up yesterday.
It was a fun game.
It was a fun game.
Find a way at the end.
6-0, 6 seconds into that game on Saturday. With the pick 6, and then it was basically a steamroll from there. So take me through what you accomplished. Obviously, you talked about all the guys you got in. This certainly had to be a confidence boosting situation. I thought it was a fun day. Guardsy I heard him on his Sunday show saying that it wasn't very fun. I enjoyed the heck out of it. 66 points. I'm not going to turn it away.
Listen, as a coach, that's the best. I mean, that's the most fun right there. Our guys played really, really well. When you're playing a team like Northwestern State, who, coming off their first win in multiple years, and Coach Blaine's done a really good job with those guys, and we're coming off a win. Buffalo, we didn't play our best. We left some possessions empty. You know what your team can do. You got to make big adjustments between 1 and 2. You want to be able to iron certain things out. But as a head coach, you always worry because you just don't know what they're going to bring. What team's going to show up. You only have 12 opportunities. This team did exactly what I thought they would do. And they didn't miss a beat. They couldn't wait to play. This team has that identity. They can't wait to play football. They can't wait to play again. They can't wait to go out and play at Cal. Forget the result. They just can't wait to play, get better, and be in a game atmosphere. And like you said, 6 seconds into it, we're up 6-0. I love those types of starts. And they did not take the foot off the gas, especially the ones. We're up 59-0 at halftime. We played 76 players with still 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, where we could have platooned even more guys in there. 9 guys scored touchdowns, 9 guys caught passes, 10 different people carried the ball. It was really good for everybody to get that experience, because nothing you can trade for experience for a football team. So for me, it was really, really good that we got that done. But again, it was a really good day for us. I thought we executed at a really high level offensively and defensively, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
Yeah, and you mentioned keep the foot on the gas. I think that was your comment to Guardsy even at halftime when it was 59-0. I think maybe in the past there would be games like this where you might just hand the ball off and run the clock out, but that wasn't your goal in this situation. You wanted these guys who hadn't played. You had a backup quarterback who's never played. He's throwing deep passes, which I loved. You got to get these guys experience in real game situations. So talk me through the process of why this Saturday was that way.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to be able to run your offense, and you want as many people to be within the game plan and within the offense and show what they can do. It's not just about getting guys experience. You're evaluating how people handle the pressure of the situation on game day. So those reps are priceless. Those are very different than practice reps. In the first half, you're playing football. I mean, I didn't care what the score was. We got in, it was 59-0, and this wasn't about pulling back. But when we're putting our 2s and our 3s in there and putting in a lot of true freshmen, and they're over there, trying to move the football as well. I mean, both teams, I think, in that third quarter just ran their systems. Which again, you're not trying to score more points. You're just running your system, and you're handling those situational football things that come up accordingly. And I thought our guys handled themselves the right way. I thought they did a really good job of handling themselves. They were trying to score constantly, and even in their last drive, I think they threw it three straight times. And our defense did such a tremendous job, though. No matter who was in there executing the game plan, they had 42 yards of total offense. I don't care who you play; that's very difficult to do. And they never crossed midfield.
Yeah.
So I don't care who you play. I mean, it doesn't matter. Everybody in Division I is somewhat good at a certain level. I thought our guys came out, didn't care who they played. It was all about us. Didn't matter who we played that week. It was all about us playing our best football. And I thought they accomplished that.
We see a pick 6 to start the game and go, oh, cool, a pick 6 to start the game. Must have seen something, made a nice play on the ball. But a lot more goes into it, right? That John Nestor, through preparation during the week. Take us through that a little bit for him to know this is the formation, this is what they're looking for, and I'm getting ready to house it.
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the head. He knew the formation. He knew the tendencies. We're a big tendency style defense. So everything's based on splits. Everything's based on formations. Everything's based on how many reps they've done that particular play. You're playing percentages. Even him breaking on that, he broke it in the right way, where if he happens to have a double move, he's going to run right into John, and it's going to be a double move. He'll press his hip, they'll run into each other, and then he'll cover him down the field, where he didn't take the biggest risk of just jumping a route where there could be a double move. But the tendencies were real. The tendencies were right in front of us, and that takes a lot of work. What makes it look so easy on game day takes a whole week of preparation, not just the required that our players do on and off the field in the film room in practice, but also what they do on their own time and their own film study, and I think John's done a really good job of that.
I have not talked to him yet. I've just seen him play. He seems like another one of those guys, like you said at the top, that just can't wait to play. He loves being out there, it seems like. Is that a fair assessment from my untrained eye?
100%. I think that's the DNA more than any team I've had here at Minnesota, and we'll see, where the chips fall as we get to 10 games from now. But I've never had a team who just loves playing the game. They love games. They love the atmosphere. They rise to the occasion. They love playing together. They just love playing the sport, and it's real, and it's authentic. It's genuine. There's no fakeness to it. They don't have to amp them up to go practice. They can't wait to be together. And now you're in the swing of things in football, and they would have played. They would have flown out to Cal after that game and played. I mean, when you look at how many snaps we had, Drake only played 26 snaps. Maverick only had 9 snaps. Anthony had 10 snaps. Devin only had 5 snaps. JLR had 9 snaps, and it was already out of hand. So we had to do things the next day to really kind of do some conditioning and do some other things in the weight room. It was so funny because we've kind of shifted our entire philosophy for this week and moved everything at night. These guys are lifting at 9:30 at night. That butts up to 10 o'clock and having a weight room session and a conditioning session.
Sounds like Guardsy. He gets his lift.
It's the best time to do it. It's quiet. I've got the place to myself.
But even that, we're ending our lift at 9:55 on what day was that, Sunday? The guys are just, you would have thought it was noon, the way they were amped up at the end of that thing. The noises, the volume of what they were doing things with and the intensity, you never thought it'd been 10 o'clock. So we've shifted that schedule very quickly.
Knowing that your guys want to play, I think even Guardsy said that a couple of the guys after the game said, hey, we got 6 more minutes of football to play. Was there any temptation to wait the weather delay out just to get some more guys in?
Oh, yeah.
Was there?
100% there's a temptation, because as a head football coach, right, you're always looking at how many situations can I put my team in practice that we don't know if we're going to see during the season or not going to see in the season. So there was a training camp practice where we had a thunderstorm and we were at the stadium. We had to go inside. There was lightning in the area. Midway through practice, a scrimmage, we had to go inside. So then it gave us a great opportunity to say, oh, this is real life. We're going to go through our delay process in our own locker room. We're going to walk them through through what we do, what the expectations are. Then it cleared, brought them out. This is exactly what's going to happen. Here's the time that will be allotted on the clock. We're going to go back to our team warm up, and here's what we're going to do. And we did that exactly with our team. So, of course, I was sitting there going, let's wait it out. You know, my pop-up said, let's
learning chance, here's how the process
Great learning chance. The game's already won, but now we get a chance in case there is weather later on in the season. We've done it in a real-life atmosphere, but in long story short, I mean, Garrett Chernoff, Mark Coyle, Dusty got together. Their head coach, brought it to us that if you're willing to let the 6 minutes go, and we'd like that too, So I was sitting there going, man, we're going to go in, we're going to delay. I mean, nobody's going to be here when we come back out. My mind was already to keep playing football, but because I still had 14, 15 players I still wanted to play that were getting ready to go take the field at the -1, but didn't work out that way, and it was the right call. At the end of the day, it was the right call.
You have a lot of numbers right here. We're looking 78% right on the back of the door here, and I don't know if you know this number, so I'm putting you on the spot. Do you know what the win percentage is if you score a defensive touchdown?
Pretty high.
And what it is when you score 2 defensive touchdowns?
Oh, it's got to be in the 90s%,
right?
90%.
I mean, it changes everything, and it's funny because both those touchdowns, we get notes. Carl Anderson sent us a note. Last guy for a pick 6 was Justin Wally, Maryland. Well, blowout. Right? Last scoop and score, I think, was Justin Wally, Northwestern, maybe. I don't remember if that was a blowout, but it was a win.
No, it was.
It was. So
yeah, it was.
It just a defensive touchdown just changes everything, and 2 almost guarantees you a win.
Yeah, I think our guys did a tremendous job swarming to the ball, second man strip, all the things we teach in the tackling convention and the ball disruption circuits, and all the things we do every day. It showed exactly that. Staying disciplined, staying backside. Nestor's second interception, he could have easily taken the cheese. He stayed in his zone part, ball came right to him. There was such great discipline. I think we only had 4 penalties, and you got 2s and 3s in there, and you got guys who are learning their techniques, and maybe 1 or 2 I didn't necessarily agree with. But when you look at the 78% that we hold our players accountable to, and we as a staff believe in, the ball, tackling, and explosive plays are everything. The magic number 6 in tackling, explosive plays in the run game and pass game, and then the ball, the takeaways. We were +3 in the takeaway battle. We were +8 in the tackling, or in the ball. We were +8 in the tackling battle, and we were +12 in the explosive play category. When you add this up and you're +23 and 78%, that's a blowout.
That becomes 100%.
That becomes 100% really quick, and that becomes a game that you saw, because it's not about the blowout. It's always about how we got to the blowout. It's not about if we lose a game, okay, we lost. Okay, how'd we lose? That Sunday and that week of preparation is all about the how. And that's why you see that everywhere. It's not about what we do. It's about how we do it. Because you can still win and not play well. Well, the virus was fixed on game. We somehow won, but the symptom is still there. You got to fix the symptom, right? The symptom's still going through your body. You got to find a way before that, shows its head again.
Total sidebar before we break. I know you appreciated Justin Wally, and I brought his name up twice, and it seems every time we have something. And of course, he had the tough injury to end the year, but I think he's one of the more underappreciated guys just amongst Gopherdom, so to speak. 4-year starter, did so much. And he had a big senior season last year, and he was about to start maybe for the Indianapolis Colts, who had the big win. But I would just give you a chance to talk about Wally, because he's the last guy to do this, he's the last guy to do this, and he was a great player
and a rare player that only got to play 4 years.
Yeah, right. Year. Everyone else is playing 100.
I mean, Derek LeCaptain's still here, and Wally's gone.
Yeah, he came in 1 year too late to get all the extra stuff.
And he was a COVID recruit, which he never visited.
Yeah,
this kid could have went anywhere in the SEC, and he came here on blind faith.
His mom forgave you eventually.
Eventually, she forgave him. But think about that. He made a grown man decision by never seeing Minnesota. This wasn't going from like Mississippi to Georgia, or Mississippi to like East Texas or Louisiana. Like, this was going to Minnesota. And 2020 was a very hard year here in the state of Minnesota, as everybody knows. So even with that, being able to have the courage to come up to Minnesota and say, this is the best place for me, these are the right relationships, says a lot about the kid and the young person that he is. This is the same room as you sit here that I meet with all the NFL scouts every single day, right before we go to practice. So an hour before practice, I meet with all the NFL scouts that are here, and we meet in this room.
Do you allow the Patriot scouts to come?
Everyone's invited. CFL, NFL. See the Statue of Liberty over there? Yeah. Bring me your huddled mass. Bring me your pork. Bring me your week. That's why that's there. Bring them all in here. Let's go. Let's create resources for our players, right? Long story short, I told them, Justin Justin Wally is top 5 football player I've ever coached. I'm talking when I coached in Tampa Bay. I'm talking when I coached at Rutgers. I'm talking about as a head coach at Western Michigan, head coach at Minnesota. Top 5 football player I've ever coached. And a 3rd-round draft pick, but immediately goes and starts for the Indianapolis Colts. Unfortunately, has a season-ending injury, but he's an even better person. And that's where there were so many people that were trying to hide him. And that was the whole, because all the scouts sit in here, and I speak very openly, so they're all taking the notes down. They hear the same thing, but they're taking their notes in a way that they don't want the other person to know where they have him, right? So it's kind of unique to see how they hide the information from each other, even though I'm saying the same thing. So, I think everybody was sleeping on Justin Wally, and they wanted to make sure that they could get him for a steal, but also get him for the highest value they possibly could on the field. And I think he was everybody's diamond in the rough. And I think everybody kind of knew that, and that's why he kind of elevated higher than I think what people assumed he'd be drafted.
Yeah, and had a contribution right away. All right, let's take our first break. We'll come back. We'll talk about this weekend's game and some of the unique challenges. We'll keep reviewing the past week's game as well. We want to thank alumni-owned Sunbelt Business Advisors. They're part of the True North family of companies. They should be on your team roster if you're selling a business. Get your no-cost confidential business valuation today. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com. This is Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck from Learfield.
Gopher football's Big Ten opener is a maroon out. Wear maroon and roll with us against Rutgers on September 27th. Get your tickets now at gophersports.com.
Dear Rocky Roads, the 2025 Toyota Tacoma doesn't flinch. Rugged twists? Been there. Rutted turns? Done that. With tons of top tech and rock-solid resilience, Tacoma is tougher than any terrain. And when the dust settles, Tacoma's legendary resale value means confidence for the road ahead. Find your Tacoma at Toyota.com or visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Know what the happiest bird is? Chicken. Cub fried chicken. Wait, let me rephrase that. Know what bird makes people happiest? Cub fried chicken. Crispy, crunchy, juicy, perfectly seasoned. It's the kind of chicken that disappears faster than you can say, 8-piece, please. Or, let's be real, maybe 12-piece. Because when it comes to fried chicken, more just means more happy. So if you're shopping chicken, shop Cub fried chicken and shop happy.
I'm Clay Geary, walk-on turned scholarship wide receiver for Gopher football.
And I'm Ben Utek, U of M alumni, Super Bowl champion, and Tony Dungy Uncommon Award winner. We understand championship culture, which is why we're part of the True North family of companies.
True North invests in only elite teams, like the champion team at Sunbelt Business Advisors. With more brokers, buyers, and offers, Sunbelt gets owners more than the market average.
Learn more about this True North company at sunbeltminnesota.com.
Gopher fans, check out the spot for Gopher Weekly with PJ Fleck. The Tipsy Steer in High Pines in Roseville is a great place to watch the games with a large outdoor space to eat, drink, and hang out with your friends. Check this place out. Locally owned refreshing beverages and food sourced from area farmers, serving on menu favorites like bacon lollipops and armadillo eggs. The sassy menu also features brick oven pizzas and acclaimed burgers. Tipsy Steer in High Pines in Roseville, County Road C and Snelling in Roseville, or online at tipsysteer.com. Go Gophers! Visit the University of Minnesota Bookstore, your destination for the area's largest selection of U of M and Golden Gopher apparel, gifts, and novelties for fans of all ages. From the latest styles to timeless favorites, it's your one-stop shop for all things Gophers. And when you shop here, you're giving back because every purchase directly supports the University of Minnesota. Stop by our campus location or shop anytime online at bookstores.umn.edu. Go Gophers!
The University of Minnesota is excited to celebrate the 13th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day when the Gophers host Rutgers on September 27th. Both during the broadcast on the Gopher Radio Network and inside Huntington Bank Stadium, the University of Minnesota College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resource Sciences and the Gophers are thrilled to celebrate the agriculture and food industries that have long been the backbone of our state. The Gophers would like to thank presenting sponsors CHS, Compeer Financial, Undeniably Dairy, and Banks for their continued support.
Gopher fans know the power of a great team. M Health Fairview University of Minnesota Medical Center is ranked the #1 hospital in the Twin Cities by U.S. News and World Report. This is more than an award. It's a reflection of our team of doctors, nurses, and staff who deliver world-class care so you can be at the top of your game. As the official healthcare provider of Gopher Athletics, M Health Fairview is proud to serve people across the state.
Spring cleaning is as easy as buy, fill, gone with a Bagster bag from Waste Management. Clear the clutter and ditch your debris. Bagster bags are the flexible option for big cleanups, and we mean flexible. The Bagster folds neatly when not in use, yet holds 3,000 pounds of waste and debris. Buy from a retailer today, fill it, and easily schedule pickup when your projects are complete. To learn more, visit thebagster.com.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with the new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Gopher football returns to Huntington Bank Stadium on Saturday, September 27th for a Maroon Out. Wear maroon and back the Gophers against Rutgers. Get your tickets now at gophersports.com.
It's time now for the AVR Remix on Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck. AVR, a McNamara company. Quality and service delivered.
Mayan Hicks, a graduate transfer from Furman, is the running back. 53 yards a week ago, 51 on one play. Quick hitting pass, picked off! John Nestor! Pick six! Touchdown! First play of the game! And Minnesota is up 6-0. Two running backs in the backfield, Burrell and Davis. And it's Burrell trying the right side. No, it's a fake, and now it's a pitch, and now the ball pops out, and it's picked up down the sideline. Kingsbury to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! The second defensive touchdown of the day.
That's our AVR remix. We just talked about how your chances go up with two defensive touchdowns. You'd take that. Kingsbury's had a nice start, a scoop and score. He also recovered a fumble. I watched the replay, and Tanner Morgan, who knows a thing or two about this, talked about city and country in those fumble recoveries and the drills you work on. And Tanner's contention was that he did both perfectly. One was a city and one was a country. Tell us what city and country means.
Yeah, I mean, we keep it pretty simple. City means like there's a bunch of skyscrapers around you, right? You're in the middle of Minneapolis, Chicago, right? And there's skyscrapers everywhere, meaning like there's people around you. And all you're going to do is we just got to get on the football. So you catch tip tuck squeeze is what we call it. You get in that fetal position and hold on to the ball. And we just need the ball back. So when you're in the skyscrapers in the city, just get on the ball, right? But if it's country, wide open spaces in front of you and the ball's bouncing outside of the city and it's in the country, scoop and score, man. I mean, country living, right? I mean, it's wide open spaces.
Wide open plane.
Scoop, score, go
80 miles an hour speed limit.
There you go. Yeah. And he definitely did that to perfection both times.
You talked in your post game. Well, first of all, tip of the cap. I thought Tanner was awesome in watching the replay on it. Mm-hmm. And obviously he's got some special insight. But I mean, tip of the cap. I hope he gets some more opportunities.
Yeah, I do too. I think he was really good at it. I think he has some really good insight. I think it's for somebody's first time on Big Ten Network doing a game. I mean, the color commentary is not necessarily that easy. We've never done it. I thought he seemed really natural at it. He did have an advantage of knowing our program. I mean, somebody that knows that much, right, in a normal game, you know, sit there and go, wow, this person really did their homework.
Were you worried at all he'd give too many secrets out?
Sometimes. You just don't know what he's going to say, you know, especially Tanner, because he knows everything. The guy was here for 15 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I thought it was really special, though, to have him here. And, you know, it was a good win for us.
I was going to ask about Kingsbury just quick as a follow-up. You talked, I think, in the postgame about his progress. He was kind of thrown to the wolves in that Purdue game, right? And then from that to now. And you said it then. You said, look, sometimes you got to put your hand on the stove or whatever, you talk about that. And now he's emerging, it looks like, as a bona fide, impactful Big Ten linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that, you have to grow and develop with game reps. And he got a ton his true freshman year, way before he should have. He was not ready to play in the Big Ten his true freshman year. However, we had a lot of injuries that year, if you remember. And Derek LeCaptain was our starting tailback a few times when we switched him over from linebacker just because we had 6 running backs that were hurt. So, and that team still ended up winning, I think, 9 games. So you've got to have depth. And Kingsbury's a kid who could have easily bailed and gone and started somewhere else in a group of 5 maybe this year. And nope, the depth is our advantage. I mean, we can play 6 safeties on the field at one time if we need to, depending on different packages that people have. We can play, 4 or 5 different linebackers depending on what kind of packages people have. We have a lot of depth at that position, and I think Kingsbury's ability to fail and grow has only helped him because of the type of kid he is. He's a go-getter, and when you have that type of kid and he gets that experience early and fails and knows that was worth it for the development him, you can do a lot of special things. So he's going to make a lot more plays as he keeps going through here. Physically, he's unbelievable. Got to keep working on his eyes here and there. But other than that, he's getting so much better.
How happy is Jordan Howden that there's a new example of him? Remember, Jordan got sick of that at the end, saying, "Hey, you had to play against Illinois; it didn't go well." I imagine Howden's excited that there's a new version that you can point to.
Well, I think anytime you play as a true freshman, I think it's very, very difficult to do in the Big Ten and do it for a whole season. When you get thrown into that, when you're not ready, it's one thing to play as Coy was ready to play as a true freshman last year. No, he got better as the year went on, but he was physically ready to play. He was one of the best players on the team already, so he played. But a lot of times guys that are forced into playing it as a true freshman, like Jordan Howden was forced into playing as a freshman, Kingsbury was forced into playing as a freshman. That's not what you want. As a head coach, that's not what you want as a player. But if you look at it through the eyes of development in the future, it's worth it.
Yeah. So how does Max Shikonjansky go from a basketball commit to a walk-on here to now a backup quarterback?
Work ethic. Simple as that. He's an overachiever. He's blue collar as it gets. He's been through a lot of adversity in his life, losing his mom last year, and it was really, really hard on him. And our team's really rallied around Max, not just as our backup quarterback, but just as a person. He's such a good human being with a big heart, serves and gives. He's incredibly grateful for the opportunity he has. And when you have somebody that's, like I said, the 2 things that connect the locker room is empathy and gratitude. He has both, and he gives that as well. And he gives that off. And I think that's what's made him be in the opportunity the position he's been in, and he took advantage of it. He went out there and won the job. Yeah. He did not start as the number 2 quarterback in training camp. He went out there and won the job. And I think he went out there, he was 4 or 5, 80 yards, a touchdown, and did a good job of seeing the field. And he can run. He's a really good athlete. He's just sneaky. He's just sneaky good in everything he does. And when you doubt him, he's going to burn you.
What do you remember about kind of how that door reopened? He committed to play basketball, right? And he was you mentioned, great basketball player, great athlete. But then was it, you kind of just keep contact with him? He comes back to you and says, "Hey, maybe I'm thinking about the football thing." Because, I get it. Commitments, we know, they're only good until they're not. But the different sport, different school, the whole thing, how did that thing stay alive?
Yeah, and he was a walk-on, and he had to earn a scholarship and earn everything that he got. So it was pretty casual at the beginning. Walk-on come into the program, and some walk-ons make it, some walk-ons don't make it. Some walk-ons earn scholarships and some don't. And it was kind of we'll see where this thing goes. And I think once we saw what he could do, we kind of proposed to him, I think this is going to be really healthy and beneficial for you moving forward. You just got to understand it's going to be a long road, and the development of you is going to take some time. And if you're willing to commit that time, I think we can make you a pretty good football player. And I just think that he's got a really good understanding of what we do, and that's what you want out of a backup quarterback. It's really hard to have a bunch of players who can all play quarterback and pay them all this money and keep a whole roster. That's very difficult. There's not many Power 4 teams that have a quarterback that they're paying just as much as the starter because he's just as good. That's really difficult to do. So the development piece behind your starter's got to be critical. And I think Max gives us that opportunity. He loves Minnesota. He cares about Minnesota. He loves this university. He loves his teammates. And it's a really good feeling knowing he's going into the game because I trust him. You know, and I mean, there's probably quarterbacks bigger, taller, stronger, a bigger arm, do this, but he's a gamer. He's a competitor. He's a fighter. And that's what you want out of your backup quarterback.
He had a running touchdown. As you mentioned, he can run, and then obviously a throwing touchdown as well. He had a nice long pass to Kenrick Lanier as well, which was right on target. There was a play, and you talked about this last week in your show about immediate feedback. There was a play, and we were speculating. You called a timeout right after a play. The clock was winding down, but we didn't think it was to save. There was plenty of time on the play clock. You brought him over. Was that a coaching? Was that one of the instant? Do you remember what we're talking about? We were just curious.
I called so many timeouts.
Yeah. Including one when it was pouring rain, which I know the fans were fired up about.
We're going to make everybody earn it.
Yeah.
Stick around.
We were just wondering if that was one of the immediate you needed to tell. Maybe there was the previous play was a run play, and maybe it was the wrong thing. Maybe we were wrong, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just curious if you remember that, and if that was part of what you were talking about with the instant. The
first half timeouts were all about possessions. I wanted to gain as many possessions as we possibly could in the first half. Simply that. Once the clock was running after Northwestern State had a third down going to fourth down, I called timeout immediately. That was our whole game plan going into it. I told our staff that's what I'm going to do. If the clock's running, I'm going to call timeout, save us 2 minutes in the first half, gives us a chance to hopefully score more. It's not guaranteed, but it gives you an opportunity, gives you maybe one more possession. And we wanted to steal as many possessions as we could in the first half in case and we're up 59-0, and we knew we guys were only going to play 10 snaps, that I wanted to at least steal as many as we could early. But the timeouts in the second half, I mean, I don't remember exactly. I think it was a little bit more of maybe 12 guys or 11 guys or 10 guys on the field. I think it was more of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
When he scored the running touchdown, you mentioned the empathy and the success and the people gravitating to him, and all the touchdowns you guys. It's a team deal. Everyone celebrates. But I thought there was an additional, there were defensive guys coming. There were so many high fives and hugs as he was coming down the sideline. I think it had to be close to everybody on the roster went over and tipped the cap to him.
I mean, time will tell with this football team, right? But they are so fun to coach because of exactly that. I mean, there are teams that you have to be like, all right, guys, here's how we celebrate. You know what I mean? Because somebody scores and everybody just kind of goes their opposite directions, and what's my role and where am I going next? This team loves each other. They love to see each other's success. This goes back to the multipliers. For this team to have the success we want to have, they have to be multipliers. And there's this word called mudita. If you look it up, I mean, it is vicarious joy. Like truly selfless joy, that you have no envy in your heart or your soul, no jealousy in your heart or soul. It is all about, you want that person to be really, really successful. It's almost like how our kids, we couldn't compete with our kids, right? I mean, there's no competition with your kids. So you just want to see your kids be joyful. You want to do everything as a parent to make your kids as joyful as possible and watch them have success. And it's really like that. But to have it across the board of 18 to 24-year-olds, we're all competing with each other for playing time, spots, playing, opportunities to go to the next level, to watch them truly just selflessly put all that away and just focus on each other's success and joy. It's in 2025, that is almost impossible to find. Yep. There are so many groups when you watch college football right now on TV, just a bunch of groups added together, mashed together and say, go play football. It was formed in a few months and say, go. This program, and that's why that new portal rule is going to be really good for us, because I think we're really good at building teams, and that takes that multiplier, that mudita mentality, and I think this team has that more than any team I've coached, and it's exciting. Where we end up, we'll see, but I'd rather go through it with a team like that. That's for sure.
Real quick before we take the next break, I interviewed two guys last week, one for a podcast, one for the pregame show. Jalen Smith. I asked him about, you sit through the redshirt year, and now you think it's your turn, and then 3 transfers come in at your position. what was your thought? And he's like, well, I wasn't sure, but he's like, it's the greatest thing. I'm learning so much from those guys. And he was just completely sincere and happy about it. And he's playing, they're playing. It's a good room. And then the captain on the podcast said that one of the biggest thrills he's had as a player here, 7th-year guy, linebacker, I'm sure he'd love to play every down if he could, is watching Maverick Baranowski make big plays, because he kind of feels like that's his guy. He kind of brought him in under his wing when he came in. And I think that's probably 2 great examples of what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's no better leader on our football team than Derek LeCaptain. And the selflessness that kid plays with, leads with, coaches with. I mean, he's going to be a coach on the staff here very shortly. So we've already arranged that for him. But it's so fun to watch him. He's the special teams captain. I mean, he's the one who does the coin toss. And he's the only one I put out there.
Yep.
Because
the captain.
Yeah, somebody asked me about that. Why do they only have one? I go, because it's him.
It's him.
Because it's Derek.
Yeah,
That's
he is
why.
him. Yes, he is him. Yep. And I mean, he is so smart and he works so hard, and the players respect him so much. We do a thing on Fridays before we leave. We do a special teams call up. You really should sit in on one, because it is one of the most unique things you'll ever see. It is a celebration of all of our special teams and our tridents, we call them. You have to be on 3 major special teams to be called a trident. And the celebration when his name gets called, it goes on for about 2 minutes. And when I say 2 minutes, it's 120 seconds straight of cheering for Derek LeCaptain. And we celebrate our special teams guys in that meeting and go through a little cut up and here, but it's all about the special teams, celebrating them. And that's authentic and, again, real. And they truly love that young man.
All right, let's take another break. We'll come back. We'll preview the Cal game, and that is all straight ahead. Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck from Learfield. It's a bye week. We will have a show, though, on Tuesday at the Tipsy Steer and High Pine, so coming out for that. We'll have 2 players there. We debuted that format during the bye week last year and had a couple of great weeks, a couple of fun interviews. We don't know yet, right, who we're going to have next week, but we'll figure that out. And
suspense.
Suspense. Check your local listings. But
that's right.
We will see everyone next week at noon. We're on campus today. We also invite you to visit the University of Minnesota bookstore for the area's largest selection of U of M and Golden Gopher apparel and gifts and novelties for fans of all ages, from the latest styles to timeless favorites. It is your one-stop shop, and every purchase directly supports the University of Minnesota. Shop in-store or online at bookstores.umn.edu. By the way, next week we'll be giving away the $25 gift card to the bookstore. Always one of the benefits of coming and watching the show in person.
Since we didn't give it away, the $25 gift card today. We don't give that away, right?
We don't.
Would you double it up?
We'll give 2 away next week.
Just make it 50.
We carry it over.
Yeah. Maybe we put it up to a vote of those that show. Would you rather have 2 $25 winners or one $50?
I think the 150. I think the Powerball keeps going up.
Yeah.
Well, then not anymore. It's 2 people want it, right? But yeah, you just put them together, man.
Yeah,
50.
okay.
Let's go get a bigger item.
Remind me.
I think we just had the vote, Gurman.
We had the vote.
Yeah.
The head coach has spoken.
Pretty unanimous on this side. Yeah.
Very good. 2 $25 gift cards. More reason to come out. The coach won't even be there next week, but,
So we better make it 75.
Yeah. Exactly.
We better bring an extra gift card.
Yeah, exactly. Or anyway.
The players will be there. They want to give away a ton. So,
They may want the gift cards.
Yeah.
Who knows? Guardsy, what do you got?
Maybe they just give people some of their money.
Yeah.
That's true. They cannot enter. Yeah,
they're not eligible to win the gift cards.
It's a West Coast trip, which means we get to do the very cliche, but I think very fun. What's the plan for the West Coast this time around, Coach? Because you've been out there now a few times. There's time zones, there's altitude, there's, I guess, hills in Berkeley. I haven't spent much time out there, but it's a unique week. We're not going to Madison or Iowa City. So
no, Garrett spent a lot of time out there.
I believe, yes. We were talking about it before. A lot of family out there.
Yeah. The plan, every time we go out west or out east or wherever we're going, it's always a completely different schedule. We don't have like just one routine that we do. It's all based on, to the hour of when we play. How can we stay within that? It's called the green zone. So how can we stay within the optimal playing ability that our minds and our bodies can all combine at the same time for 3.5 to 4 hours to have our best chance on our bodies to play our best football physically. The mind part, same way. The emotional part, same way. So Dr. Howell, who's a sleep doctor here at the University of Minnesota, we work with him all year round to put together all of our calendars of what we're doing and how we're doing it based on the science that he knows and the data that he knows. And he's very involved with our football program, which we truly appreciate. And I think as a head football coach, you want to take as much data in as you possibly can, and then you make your decisions, and then you live with your decisions. I didn't think we started fast at UCLA last year. I mean, there were some things that when we look back on it and we dissected it, there's some physiological things we probably could have done better. It's all a hypothesis.
Right.
You're taking all the information. Nothing's guaranteed, or everybody do the same thing. But what you're doing is you're giving yourself the best chance to go play your best football. Your preparation here, when you leave, how long you stay out there, what do you do during the day, what do you do, how do you flip your schedules throughout the week. We have a bye week the next week, so we're able to do some things maybe we couldn't do the last time we went out there. But we've made some trips out to the West Coast, and every single one of them were a little bit different. And this has the same thing. It's just a little bit different on our players.
So what do Mike and I have to do to make sure we're at peak performance for the broadcast?
Yeah, you guys got to stay up till midnight and go to bed about 12:30, and you got to get up about 10, and you got to take a nap, which would be great. You
like
know,
starting now?
About from like between 2 and 4, and then you got to work out. With our, you got to do some football.
Why are you smiling like that? Like that's not going to be possible.
Well,
for us. What's with that face?
No, I'm just so happy for that you guys get to do it. And have some time. Just talk about taking a nap. Thinking about the excuse you have with your wife now, honey. I can't help you. Coach Fleck says I have to take a nap between 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Well, I do remember being in UCLA last year, and we had the TV show early in the morning because we stay on, it's 7 o'clock Pacific for the Fox 9 show, and I got back, and then I'm in California, so it's like, let's go see some stuff. Let's drive around. Let's look at the mountains. We don't have that. And then at like 3 o'clock, I'm like, I really blew this one. Like, I need to take a nap. So I'm going to build it into the calendar. So I have to start that now, you're saying, this week?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay. So I'm already behind.
You're already
I'm going to start a little slow, but I'll be there for just hour 2 of the pregame.
Like the gift cards, just double the nap today.
That's right. See, now you have a longer.
Yeah.
There have been, even in the NFL, occasionally when you travel a long distance, you go out a day early, right? So you'd fly Thursday, but I think there's also been some research that if you're going to do that, it's actually counterproductive. You should go out a week early to get set up, but 2 days early doesn't help, right? I mean, that's at least what some of the studies now say.
Everybody's got their own data and science, right? We like to be out there as little as possible.
The shortest
amount of time we can possibly out there, keep our players in their environment as long as we possibly can. I mean, it's a 4-hour and 15-minute flight out west, and our players, even on the airplane, have a very distinct routine that they follow of what we're going to do. And for the first 2 hours, it's a very different plan than the last 2 hours. And our guys, again, this is the maturity of a team, because maturity, as you all know how I define it, is when doing what you have to do matches doing what you want to do. Okay, well, for us to play our best, we have to follow this schedule, to a T, right? Because that's why we're doing it. And if you don't follow it, you could burn it at both ends, which is going to be counterproductive. And now all of a sudden it's the law of diminishing returns, where you're not getting the maximum performance out of your players. So they've been completely bought in for the last 3 days, starting on Sunday. And I've loved their ability to come in this building and be like, I really like this routine. Mm-hmm. And I think anything that's a little bit different, that breaks up the monotony of the week, they really enjoy. And you got a bye week after this and play at all different times throughout the season, and this is no different. And it is very different because we practice in the mornings.
That's what I was going to ask.
But for us, like, they're walking in here and they're not waking up till 10 o'clock. So there's half of them walking in, Coach, I haven't slept in till 10:30 since, I was 16. It's been great.
Well, and does the bye week allow you to get back on your, would you have done this if you had a game right after? Because to go back to your normal morning schedule after, burning it at 12:30 would be difficult, I would think.
Yeah, I think it's all about the game, right? So whatever you're going to do for that game, just like we did our normal routine leading up to Northwestern State, and we switched it for Cal. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it this way, but I'd have to really look at if I wanted to do it that way. I think the bye allows you to go all in on it, like truly all in on it, without having any type of doubt for the following week and hesitation. Not saying that I would or would not have changed it. Just
had to think.
Without question. Now you feel so good about it because you do have that backboard.
We tipped our cap to Tanner Morgan earlier. Emma Carpenter, former Gopher golfer, was on the sideline, did a great job, and she brought up something I wasn't aware. On the TV broadcast, you have your guys wear these blue glasses, which also helps. Is that an even bigger help on a trip like this? And tell us what these blue glasses are about.
Yeah, they're just the blue light. So TVs, TV screens, video screens, your phones, they give off light that, again, I taught elementary school, but listening to all this, you're looking for every 0.1% that you possibly can gain in every single advantage and any single avenue. You're looking under every rug and you're looking in every corner. Yeah, you're doing everything you can to give your team an advantage. And part of it is, our players have earplugs. We give them sleep masks, and then they also have these blue light glasses, which help block the blue light from really kind of making you tired. And so they wear them, and they wear them during meetings towards the end of the week. And I think it's unique when they're all looking at you with these glasses on, and they're all the same, and they're great kids because, again, they're mature. They understand it's going to help them, so they're doing it. But you're looking at them, and you see them as just a lot of them don't wear glasses. Yeah. And then you're looking at them, and they're all wearing glasses in front of the meeting. And
you're super serious,
yeah. And they're just kind of looking at you, And but they're designed to help, and anything we can do to help our team, we're going to do, whether that's on the field or off the field.
Guardsy should wear those to work today.
I'm familiar with the blue glasses. Yeah.
You just walk in and
use them from time to time. They do help you.
Yeah. All right, let's take our final break. We'll take a look to Cal, the team, and tell us and have Coach tell us what the Golden Bears are all about and what the Golden Gophers will face. So stay with us. It's Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck from Learfield.
Dear Rocky Roads, the 2025 Toyota Tacoma doesn't flinch. Rugged twists? Been there. Rutted turns? Done that. With tons of top tech and rock-solid resilience, Tacoma is tougher than any terrain. And when the dust settles, Tacoma's legendary resale value means confidence for the road ahead. Find your Tacoma at Toyota.com or visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
The University of Minnesota is excited to celebrate the 13th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day when the Gophers host Rutgers on September 27th. During the day, the University of Minnesota College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resource Sciences and the Gophers will celebrate tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. The Gophers would like to thank the following participating sponsors: Ag Country Farm Credit, Minnesota Biofuels Association, Minnesota Corn Growers Association, Minnesota Pork Board, and the University of Minnesota's College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resource Sciences for their continued support.
Gopher fans, when you want to get around Gold Country safely, securely, and on time, call Carey Minneapolis St. Paul. Carey Limousines, a global leader in business travel, offering a world-class fleet and reservation staff who make sure you arrive on time, every time. The team's available 24/7, so give them a call whenever you're ready to travel. 612-623-0565 or visit the webpage, CareyMPLS.com. And go Gophers!
Are you looking for concert or sports tickets? As a local Minnesota company, Ticket King is a company you can trust. They have seats to fit every budget and even offer parking or tailgating passes, and all tickets are guaranteed. Each order is personally attended to by one of our dedicated customer service representatives who are committed to providing you with a courteous, professional, quick, convenient experience. Visit us at TicketKingOnline.com or call us directly at 612-341-4131.
Final segment, Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck. It's our lucky week when we do the show on campus. It means Guardsy gets to stay the whole show because he's already got his parking spot. TV show coming up and that taping. It's Cal, 9:30 Minnesota time kickoff. We'll take air with the pregame show from Berkeley at 7:30 on Saturday night. Battle of the Golden Gophers and the Golden Bears, both teams 2-0. So, Coach, tell us a little bit about Cal and what you see from them as you study them.
Yeah, this is a team that lost 4 games last year by a total of 9 points. Could have won 10 games. They're that good. A lot of returners back on defense. I think they have one of the best linebackers we've played against since I've been here. Zero. He's really, really talented. I mean, he was a freshman player of the year, in their conference a few years back. But he's really, really talented. 43, one of their rush edges is really good. I mean, I think he could play anywhere in the country. They're going to be good on defense because of Justin Wilcox. I mean, he's a defensive guy. He's been there 9 years. Their defenses have always been productive. They have really good corners, really good secondary. They're good up front. They tackle well. They're just smart. They're sound. Their defense statistically has been one of the better defenses in the ACC. So, we look on the offensive side. They've got a bunch of pass catchers that can all make the contested catches and big plays. They've got number 21, who's really kind of everything for them on offense, transferred from UNLV, kind of does a lot of different stuff for them, but big returner. And not a big guy, but a dynamic returner, meaning he can create big, explosive plays. Everything runs through the quarterback, though, the freshman, and he does not look like a true freshman at all. I don't think Drake Lindsey looks like a freshman either. This guy doesn't look like a freshman. He's running around all over the place. He throws a really accurate deep ball, accurate passes all over the place. For a freshman to walk in and throw the ball as he's throwing the ball is really scary, because he's going to be a tremendous football player, and he already is. So we've got a lot of challenges ahead of ourselves. This is a really good matchup. Both teams really rely on defensive play, set up, play complementary football. It's a great matchup, and got a lot of respect for what Coach Wilcox has done. Coach Harsin, the former head coach at Boise State, is there as well, and he's the offensive coordinator, and I've known him for a long time, and you can see that they have a new offensive staff, and their imprint on that offense has made huge strides. So we got to play our best football, that's for sure.
All right, well, very good. It'll be fun. A new venue for you here to go out and play a game, and let's go get a win.
You got it. Row the boat, Sky Mug, go Gophers. Thanks.
All right, there he is, the head coach of the Golden Gophers.
I'll call you at 12:30 to make sure you're awake.
I'm awake tonight. You got to get on that sleep schedule. Our thanks to Dan Robotham, Michael Tackett, Paul Rovnak, Garrett Chernoff, and Chandler Bunning. And thank you for listening. This has been Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck from Learfield.
This message is for Shauna, my mom, who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck has been presented by True North Family of Companies. Visit thetruenorthfamily.com. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Gopher Sports Network.